Yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty pissed off and disgusted by what's going on in this country that I live in, USA. This country that I live in, for most of my life, for pretty much all my life, this country's been a free country. But they're taking away our freedoms. Like, throughout pretty much my whole life, up until recently, United States citizens could go to any website on the web freely. We had the freedom to go to any website in the world on the web. And now the United States government is like, oh, we don't want you to visit this particular website, TikTok.com. Yeah, so we're gonna, the United States government is like, oh, we're gonna pick and choose what sites you can visit and what sites you can't. Like, we're gonna decide for you that, oh, you're not allowed to visit TikTok.com. And United States government, where does the United States government get off telling us, United States citizens, that we're not allowed to visit TikTok.com? The United States government is not supposed to have the right to block us from accessing certain websites. This is not fucking China. China has the Great Firewall of China, where the Chinese citizens are blocked from accessing certain websites. The United States of America is supposed to be a free country where you can go to whatever website you want. And then they just turn around and say, oh, we don't want our citizens to visit TikTok. You know, that's an infringement on our freedom. You know, this is supposed to be a free country. We're supposed to be a country that's free. We're supposed to have the freedom to go to whatever website we want. And the United States government turns around and they have the galls to say that we can't visit TikTok.com. The United States government has no right to do that. And then there's this fucking this rule in Florida where so if you post a story on the web in United States of America and it's got explicit content, Florida can fine you. Florida can slap you with a huge fine for posting a story that's got explicit content. That's another infringement of our freedom. This country used to be, I used to live in a free country for almost all my whole entire life. Up until recently, this country I lived in was a free country. And now they're doing this shit with the porn law in Florida. And they're doing this shit with blocking, telling us that we can't visit certain websites. Telling us that we, as United States citizens, aren't allowed to visit certain websites because the United States government's decided that, oh, we don't like that website. We don't want you visiting it. You know? Up until recently, this country, up until recently, I've always lived in a free country. But it's changed. You know? And what's porn? What is porn? So, Florida has this law now that any porn website has to prove, the visitors have to prove, if the visitors are in Florida, they have to prove, which is a state in the United States of America, the visitors have to prove they're over 18. And this is unreasonable. This is unreasonable. So what are you supposed to do? Like some sort of like debit card processing, or you're supposed to have some sort of special sophisticated algorithm that analyzes IDs and tries to tell whether or not they're real and tries to tell whether or not the person's above 18. Oh, and if you, it affects the whole country, because if you make a website and you put an erotic story on there, you put a story on there with people having sex, and you don't have Florida residents prove that they're over 18 before they visit the website, you could be slapped with a huge fine. Since when are United States citizens threatened with fines for posting a story? For posting a story that has, I post a story that has sex in it. Oh, now I'd risk being fined a huge sum of money. This is terrible. This is unreasonable. This country guarantees freedom. It's in our Constitution. This country is supposed to be free speech. Free speech is guaranteed by the founding documents of this country, the United States of America. And now we don't have that anymore. Now if somebody wants to post a story where somebody has sex on the web, they could be slapped with a huge fine from Florida? That's not freedom of speech. Not being able to visit certain websites on the web, that's not freedom of speech. Saying that the United States citizens aren't allowed to visit TikTok.com. That's like what China does. Where China says, the citizens are only allowed to visit certain websites, and other websites the government says that you're not allowed to visit. That's what China does. That's what fucking China does. And now our government's telling us what websites we are allowed to visit and what websites we're not. Like fucking China. Telling us we're not allowed to visit TikTok.com. Trying to ban TikTok. And this is really disgusting what's going on with our country. And if people, you should be angry about this. You should be speaking out about this. We need to push back against this, because they're going to take away all our freedom and all our privacy. The United States government is going to become a country with no freedom and no privacy. And that's what's going to happen to the rest of the world too. They're going to take away all our freedom and all our privacy. You don't think it's going to happen? That's the way things are headed. They're taking away more and more and more of our freedom, more and more of our privacy. And unless we push back against it, unless we do something to stop it, this is what's going to happen. We're not going to have any more freedom, and we're not going to have any more privacy in this country or anywhere else in the world. If you like this video, please leave a like. I said porn, erotic fiction. Yeah. Erotic fiction is porn. Look up the definition of porn. Look up the definition of porn. It doesn't just include videos. Like if you have a story with sex in it, that's considered porn. Look up the definition. So if you like this video, please leave a like. We need to, for almost my entire life, I lived in a free country, the United States of America. And it was a free country up until recently. And now with this porn law in Florida and with the TikTok ban, it's not really a free country anymore. It's this law in Florida. It's a violation of the Constitution. I would say this Florida law is a constitutional violation because the Constitution guarantees free speech. And this Florida law violates free speech. It takes away our free speech. So, you know, unless we push back against this shit, you know, they're just going to take all our freedom and all our privacy, and they're going to do this. I'm sure they're doing it in the rest of the world. And, you know, if you like this video, please leave a like. Thank you very much. And, you know, we need to get mad about this. You need to be mad about this because this is a violation of our freedom that I'm talking about. They're taking away our freedom. Don't be mistaken. That's exactly what's going on. They're taking our freedom away from us. All right, thank you.